Hello everyone, this is Enel here. So I've known about this new patch for a while now because of data mining, and I can't tell you how excited I was to finally make videos for these new blades. I wanted to get both of these out as soon as possible, and this video in particular I wanted to focus on Shulk. So Shulk is basically the best party support in the game. If you don't know, he's a reskinned shield hammer with sped up animations and much better damage ratios and specials. On his skill tree, he has a lot of familiar abilities to help out the party, so let's take a look at those now. So the very first thing we can notice on his skill tree is that he has Minato Purge. This will seal an enemy's awakened state. So awakening states are powerful enemy states introduced in challenge mode to make enemies even tougher than they were before, so this is something pretty unique and interesting to see. You don't see this in the normal game, so the effect here is pretty specific to challenge mode, but among the fights there it is extremely useful. His level 2 is Monado Cyclone, which increases critical damage by 85%, which is very good. And his level 3 is Buster, which is a single hit attack that guard annuls, and it is also a pretty cool animation and effect to use. So for his battle skills, he gives our party 40% damage, evasion, and accuracy at max affinity based on speed and enchant from the first game, along with his signature technique from the first game, Monado Vision. So the first two are pretty standard, a slightly weaker foresight and decent party-wide additive. Vision is a brand new battle mechanic though. If you pass a QTE when an enemy is about to use a dangerous attack, you can completely stop it from happening by changing the future. Now, since he is a sped up shield hammer, I like to personally use him on Morag, who has probably the best hammer animations and a lot of good arts to take advantage of with Shulk. In general, your other blades should be offensive units that increase your strength in Ether. For accessories, you want the typical stuff, but you might want to pick up the stronger versions of them. So on Morag here, there is now a Crimson Headband, which can go up to 60% damage. I have not obtained one of those yet, unfortunately, but you can get up to 60% critical damage. And you can now obtain a new eye patch, which gives you up to 69% damage when you cancel on ratio. I have not obtained one of those either, unfortunately. And for the third accessory, we go with the pretty standard Avant-Garde Medal to just give us a bit of safety on healing whenever we crit. So for pouch items, we typically just want our desserts so that we can spam arts as fast as possible, which is pretty standard. And for our allies, we can never really go wrong with Tora spamming driver combos, and this other new blade who gives us 40% party-wide crit at max affinity. We'll get more into her in a separate video. So, on Shulk himself, if I can go to the right menu, I like to use the Tachyon chip, which at S+ rank trust gives him to this gargantuan auto attack rating of 1974 and increases his critical hit damage by 25%. So that's pretty crazy that he has an auto attack rating that high. And for Aux cores, we go the pretty typical standard stuff to increase our damage as much as possible against the type of enemy we're fighting and the environment we're fighting in. So Affinity Max Attack, Outdoor Attack, and Titan Hunter in this specific case. So I decided to not show him off in the confines of challenge mode, mostly because I'm not super good at a lot of the more interesting fights in challenge mode yet, and all the waves of enemies and long fights make it hard to showcase strengths of blades without errors like being likely to occur in recording. So with that said, we'll fight a familiar adversary and show him off. So I'll try to show off all of his specials in this fight if I can. So we have really quick auto attacks, even though it's a real reskinned shield hammer. It is really nice. And our arts aren't too bad either. And we have a topple art. And here's Minato Purge. Its animation is nothing special, but the sword will glow green, which is a pretty cool effect. And from the first game. Now we have Monado Cyclone. It's a multi-hit attack, increases critical damage. And as you can see, we're kind of just wrecking him right now with the increased critical damage and all the damage we've got. Like, I've only used two specials and he's already at less than half health. And watch this. We can completely seal this move. That's Monado Vision, right in action. Just like that. So that attack's going to miss us completely. I did not have to do Supernova there, it would have missed completely, but I wanted to show off Buster. So Buster's just a single attack where he makes the sword really big and goes through the enemy. And pretty much wrecks him. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show off the level 4 in this video. And this fight, I mean, not the video. I will show it off in the video, obviously. So with all the status he can inflict, topple, and also topple damage up art, along with really good animations, he's really fun to use. And as you can see, we'll do a quick chain attack here. Monado Purge is also single hit, but it'll damage cap, it turns green, like I said. I'll show Cyclone one more time. And then I'll do another fight and show off the level 4 special, and a few other interesting things. So as you can see, Fiora has some pretty good damage too. We'll get to her though. So here's Cyclone in chain attack. Pretty easy damage caps almost, without any like big like status effects or burst symbol. Well, there is some burst symbols, but I think a 1. But outside of that, nothing. So I'm going to show off his level 4 special and do another quick fight here against him really quickly. Being able to seal moves like Ultra Annihilation Flare is incredibly useful, and I'm very happy we're able to do it because instant kill moves like that are really annoying and frustrating to deal with plenty of times. We'll topple him here. It's really nice having a topple up art, an art that does increased damage to toppled enemies and a topple in the same kit. Especially with a really fast kit like this. You wouldn't even though this is a shield hammer, you can barely tell because of just how great the animations are when sped up. So I'm going to cancel Doom with level 4. So Shulk just goes ham with the Minado's power and uses some of his famous voice lines. And we just wreck him. That's level 4 special. So Shulk has some pretty good kits on other characters too, so I don't think you can't use them on other characters. I just really like him on Morag right now, but I'm sure you can probably do just as good damage on Rex, Zeke, or even Nia. And now we're going to cancel Ultra Annihilation Flare again. I'm going to try not to block it this time. I'm going to let him use it, and then we're just going to like not get hit by it at all. Doesn't even affect us. Now let's show level 4 again. So as you can see, Shulk's a really useful character. Being able to seal the enemy's awakened states, and being able to just, in general, be very strong. And having increased critical rate from your party members is also nice as well. So let's end this fight now. I think I got enough to do that. So as you can see, you saw Purge awakening there from the text on the screen. I don't think Tyranitar Kurudal has an awakened state, but it's still nice to have, in challenge mode especially. Shulk is a very vital and essential character in challenge mode just to be able to seal some of those powerful awakened states. So, as far as fighting with him, that should about cover it. He is an excellent supporting character and nearly essential on challenge mode for how useful Purge can be and how useful Vision can be. He is very faithful to his game's abilities and is very fun to use. I think he might possibly be a top 5 in the game, a Blade in the game right now. In fact, I would probably say he is for sure. I hope all of you enjoyed this guide and look forward to my Fiora guide just a little bit later. I hope to release a lot of videos about challenge mode after this weekend and how to best approach some of the tougher missions as well as challenges of them. I will take this weekend to learn them a bit better myself, so I'm not making a fool of myself like I did on my stream this morning. I hope you will look forward to it. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a blessed day.